Hi, Weather Underground blogger Levi Cowan here. You've clicked onto the tropical tidbit for Friday, June 26th. Here's our disturbed area of weather in the Caribbean, now labeled Invest 93L by the Hurricane Center. And this thing won't let me draw on animations, but I thought I'd let you just gaze at the loop for a second. Here's the still image. What you've got is in here is the mid-level circulation that we've been tracking since it came north from the eastern Pacific yesterday and the day before that. And you've got a tropical wave right in here that's moving northwest, and these things are starting to combine. You can see all the convection going off in this area. You can see the southeast winds punching in from this area, and there's a buoy in here showing northeast winds, probably showing the passage of the wave axis through here, which may be the focal point for the formation of a surface low north of Honduras in the next day or so. Here's the water vapor imagery. You can see the nice big area of moisture in here. And what I want to show you is the eventual track of this disturbance. The current upper level situation is you've got an upper high in here, you've got a long wave trough in here, and here's the trough split that came out of this trough that's backing southwest. And when you get these things cut off in front of a tropical wave, it starts to pump a nosy little ridge up to the north of it, and you can kind of see it here with the ridge building over it. And as this happens, this acts as a westward pull on the disturbance, and the weakness to the north is pulling north on it. And what you eventually get as these ridges build to the north is you get a net motion of northwest. And what happens eventually is when this pulls away and this ends up in here, then you're left with very weak steering currents aloft, and just like the models are forecasting, which I'll show you in a second, it stalls it out right in this area. It's going to have very little to steer it and tell it where to go, and that's why we really need to watch this when it gets into the Gulf of Mexico and away from Central America. Also, notice how nice this is when you get a cutoff low backing southwest in front of a tropical wave. Look at how nice of a ridge it builds over it. It's just really nice. It ventilates it really nice in here. Lots of outflow jet this way. And it's just really a great setup for tropical waves to develop. That's why I was saying it needed to be watched, was because this kind of situation with trough splits can really stir up trouble, especially this time of year. Alright, here's the GFS 24-hour. You can see what it does. It winds up a little low east of Belize. 48 hours, it moves it up through the Yucatan to the northwest, and we're going to jump all the way from 48 to 156. Look how little it's moved in, let's see, what is that? Over 4.5 days. And that's how little the steering currents are going to be. That's how weak they're going to be over this area. And so we're really going to have to watch this. We can't really talk about how strong it's going to be, where it's going to go, what part of the North Gulf Coast it might affect, because it's too far out right now. The steering currents are going to be weak, as I said, which means that what we really need to focus on right now is that we're going to have a tropical disturbance in this area that is going to need to be watched for the next week. So everybody should be keeping an eye on this. Here's the model tracks. You can see take it northwest. And there's not many of them out right now. It just got labeled and invest, so we'll have to see how all the global models come in after they get initialized. Right now all the global models are initializing it too far south, so once they get this new position in here, we'll have to see what they do. Oh yeah, here's the African wave that everybody is going to forget about now. It's got mid-level turning in here, it's going off to the west, the GFS still develops it a little bit. I'm not overly concerned about this right now, but I would not discount it. There's a tut in here that's currently shearing everything, but it's supposed to lift out over the next couple of days, and as this comes west, it should be watched. I mean, it really should. Everybody's saying, climatology, climatology, it's not favorable. Well, no, it's not, but we did have Bertha in this area only a week after today, so it's not like it's impossible. We get plenty of African waves that have a chance to develop at this time of year, and this is one of them, and I would watch it as it goes off to the west. Do not forget about it. But at least it's far away from land right now, and I'm not expecting it to be a significant problem for anybody anytime soon. Oh, alright. That's the end for today. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.